Hey everybody, it's T Mun, and we're gonna do a brand new video on JasonBlaha. He just uploaded this video, man, for us to react to. The gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness, gear slave himself, JasonBlaha, man. So Blaha says, simple formula to transform your dad bod. Damn, I can't wait to hear this.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here, and today I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about what I would consider a basic recipe for success for the average guy who has a dad bod. Like if someone's got a dad bod and they want to transform it in 1 to 2 years, they just want to look a lot better, assuming they lift already, right?
A dad bod. Blaha, doesn't he have like a grandpa bod? He has a grandpa bod already. It's 85-year-old grandpa bod here. Look at him. Come on.
I'm going to assume you already work out a little bit. Maybe you don't have a structured program. Maybe you don't have the best diet. What would I recommend for these guys if they want to have a...
He lifts and then he drops. He lifts and then he drops.
loose way to just get into shape and not necessarily have to track a bunch of stuff like a diet. What would I recommend for just some basic clean eating?
I think people don't understand that this doesn't build bodies, but okay. Some people think it does. Lifting this weight up in the air and then dropping it builds a body somehow. Doesn't build the body, bro. Doesn't build the body.
For most, again, dad bods, meaning you're probably 35 plus. Yeah. Okay, a little bit pudgy, maybe got a little muscle from working out. All right.
A little bit pudgy, maybe got some muscle from working out. Man, it's this whole dad bod thing, I don't know.
First of all, for diet, I would say look.
I would say look. The dad bod thing like that Blaha's talking about, it's really simple. Blaha lost a bunch of weight. Blaha got fat. He lost weight. That's it. This isn't because he's lifting weights. The way he looks is not because he's lifting weights, bro. Get it? Because Blaha doesn't bodybuild. He doesn't even know how to bodybuild. He doesn't bodybuild. He just does this so-called powerlifting stuff, lifting and dropping weight. He got fat on his own volition, and then he lost weight by dieting. And he eats really bad food, more like starving himself. But he's taking steroids so he doesn't completely disappear. You know what I mean? Because that's what steroids are. They're wasting drugs, They preserve you. So they preserved him while he was wasting away, trying to drop all this body fat.
You could do just a straight bro diet, or what I recommend for a lot of these guys.
Straight bro diet. Man, I believe me, I've seen people when they diet and they try to do it naturally, and they're pretty much like starving themselves. They get really skinny. Yeah. They lose a lot of muscle mass and fat and muscle mass. Blaha's just kind of puffy. He's kind of puffy because he lifts every day, man. It's inflammation in his body, his muscles, and his glycogen, a little bit of glycogen and some garbage. Blaha still eats slave food diet. That's his problem. To really transform your body, you have to eat natural food as a human. What is natural to human? Animal products. The moment you eat animal products and drink water, your body's going to transform. But if you keep eating tofu and rice and weird shit, man, it's never really going to change.
It's like a steak, egg, and avocado diet. Okay?
See, listen to what he says. A steak, egg, and then he throws in an avocado diet. Well, what do you think is going to happen when you eat these avocados? See what I mean? To your body. It's not natural for you to eat avocados.
And I know people say, well, that's too simple. That's too simple. No, it really isn't. I mean, they could also train fasted. That would also help. But what do I mean by that? They cover most of their stuff.
It's like people trying to build muscle. And they try harder at concentric lifting. They lift concentrically, and they're like, I got to work harder than last time lifting to build that muscle. They go hard, bro, concentrically. Meanwhile, concentric exercises do not build muscles. but they're going to try harder. They're going to try to get a different outcome out of something that gave them zero outcome to begin with. If they just go harder. See what I mean? Here's the thing. In eccentric exercise, we know that eccentrics build muscle. So if you were to go harder in eccentric, could you build more muscle? Yeah. See the difference? But if you go harder concentrically, you're not going to build anything. Nothing. You're going to look like Blaha and eating tofu diet, the slave food diet that he eats. That's why Blaha looks the way he does. He's never built any muscle and he eats slave food. So his body looks like that. Blaha is deteriorating faster than he's aging.
Cover most of their stuff. So what I would say as far as the basics go, look, eat 2 avocados every day. I don't care what you do with them.
I recommend you don't eat 2 avocados every day. Eat meat products and drink water if you really want to look good.
Don't add a bunch of sugar and junk. When I say these things, I'm talking about just seasoning and stuff, not adding.
Okay, I agree. Don't eat any junk or sugar, and don't add any seasoning. You don't need that. It's toxic.
Butter, not adding sugars, not eating a bunch of garbage, sticking to calorie-free drinks in general. I don't care whether it's coffee, diet soda, water.
Calorie-free drinks are fake. When you look on there, it says aspartame. Aspartame is 100 times sweeter than sugar. That shit will still affect you. It's all a lie, man. You understand me? They say 0 sugar. Meanwhile, you read the label, it says aspartame. Come on, man.
Whatever. Just avoid drinking your calories. Eat 2 avocados every day. Probably eat.
Don't eat any avocados. Drink water. At least, drink mineral water or water. Don't drink tap water, but if you have to, make sure you have a good filtration system. But you gotta understand, your tap water in the city, it's devoid of any minerals. That's why you want mineralized water if you could get it somewhere outside or whatever.
4 to 6 whole eggs, and just live on steak and stuff in between, right? Steak, semi-fatty cuts of meat if you want, chicken thighs, all right, stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. Chicken's kind of putrid animal. It's shitty. It's overcooked and it's kind of like dead. You're gonna find that if you eat chicken, you're gonna be constantly hungry. Beef is better. Why? Because it can be cooked very rare if you have to cook it. So there's more nutrients intact in beef. You'll find you're less hungry when you eat beef. But if you eat chicken, you're constantly hungry. Why? Because it's overcooked. It's just like pork. It's overcooked. There isn't any. You don't find very many trace minerals left when you overcook everything. That's why you're constantly eating all day. People can't figure out why they're so hungry all the time. Starving. I eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, snacks all day. This, that. They can't not stop eating, and then they eat chocolate bars and this, that. Man, that's ridiculous. The rawer you eat, the more nutrients are attacked, the less hungry you feel. See what I mean? But if you have to eat all day, that can be very taxing too on your body, eating all day, and it's trying to, get these nutrients, but it never is really getting it. And if your body's not getting enough nutrients, it's going to age, it's going to deteriorate faster than you're aging.
But no processed meats. Don't go for the craziest fatty stuff you can find. Slightly leaner cuts of beef or whatever. But yeah, just steak. And I almost feel like you almost probably don't need to track calories that much. On this sort of diet, you're probably not going to overeat. Your protein's going to be really high. And if they want other stuff to eat, just snack on vegetables or a little bit of dairy. Stuff like the Utopia.
Listen to what he says, snack on vegetables or dairy. No, don't do any dairy and don't snack on any vegetables. Get it? Snacking. What do you need to snack for? This is just ridiculous. You're not going to get anything out of these vegetables.
Fair life milk, even the old milk, a little bit of yogurt, a little cheese, whatever. A little bit of extra, reduced fat or whole fat dairy thrown.
Fairlife milk. I know that I think that's ultra filtered milk, right? There's like reduced sugar in it or something. It's removed or something. There's less in it. Or there's still sugar, but there's less. And the protein content's a lot higher. Because why? Because they removed a good majority of the sugar.
And there, most guys would do really, really well. Again, combine it with a little bit of fasting, a little fasting.
There's still sugar in there, which will cause glycation.
Cardio, you'll lean out better. And I think it's because ultimately on a diet like that, as long as you're not adding.
Here's the thing, you don't need cardio. Cardio is going to deteriorate you faster than you're aging. Again, these things, they deteriorate you. If you eat a very high nutrient diet, let's say for example, like me, I go to the buffet, I eat a bunch of raw fish. There's sushi, tons of sushi. When there's a guy there making beef, I tell him I want it very, very rare, almost like raw. And so they make it the way I want all the time when I go there. So I just eat what I want. See what I mean? But like I said, I eat like a king when I eat there. So yeah, when you eat that kind of food, it's highly nutritious. You're not really hungry. I can eat one meal a day, and I don't have to eat the rest of the day. I don't even have to eat breakfast.
Liquid calories in, you're not adding a bunch of garbage, and you're just sticking to those foods. Like, just look, eat meat, eat plenty, whatever meat you want. Eat the 2 avocados though every day.
Okay.
Like, that's your minimum. Throw in a few extra vegetables, whatever.
Yes, eat these avocados. Throw in some vegetables so you can starve yourself. You understand me? That's what he's telling you. So look, man, you're gonna lose body fat, weight, whatever, if you're on a high nutrient diet, not a high caloric diet and these weird foods that are devoid of any nutrients. They'll starve you.
For vegetables you like here and there for snacks, and just add extra meat. Like I said, 4 to 6 eggs. And like I said, if you really want to drink something that's
4 to 6 eggs. Eggs? Yeah, you could do eggs. Do them raw if you have to do them.
got any calories, a little bit of whole milk. Okay, you eat in that manner, you're
No, don't drink. My recommendation is don't drink any milk. Don't listen to blah.
probably going to recomposition. Is it guaranteed? No, but you probably will. Again, as long as you're not sneaking in a bunch of other garbage. And that sort of system is simple. And most guys are happy with that. You're going to find that most middle-aged men are perfectly fine with steak. They're perfectly fine with some chicken. They love those things. So just eat them. Right? Just eat them.
They're perfectly fine with steak. They're perfectly fine with chicken. Chicken is, you're not meant to eat chickens, man. Trust me. Humans aren't meant to eat chickens. Chicken is a very putrid animal. It's garbage. It's a garbage animal. And it's overcooked when you guys eat it, unless you want to eat it raw. It's overcooked.
That's your food outside of those other things, but make sure you get the avocados, get the eggs, and they'll recomposition just fine. They'll recomposition. And most of them are not necessarily trying to get ripped. They just want to get leaner. They want the bit of belly and love handle gone. That will eventually get you there. Yeah, you could start tracking it, of course, if you want, and that'll make things better. But for someone who's just trying to get in shape, they got that little bit of beer belly with the Dadbod. This will help. As far as lifting, look, get in the gym 3 days a week, do a push-pull leg setup. Focus on good form, right? And what do I mean? Focus on good form, right? And what do I mean? Push-pull.
Push, pull legs, focus on good form. He's just making this stuff up as he goes along. It's ridiculous. Eat these avocados, do this, do that. I really doubt he does any of that. I've seen his basket. It's full of tofu, rice, kind of weird shit in there. Some yams, something potatoes, I don't know. Coffee, rice. Really, just really shitty stuff.
Legs, a squat, bench, and deadlift day. Squat, bench, and deadlift.
I've never seen avocados in his basket. And I think I might have seen milk in there. I'm not sure. He did do a live feed where he was drinking some milk or something. But he's usually drinking these sweet juices. You see him on there. Like colored juices. It's probably like Kool-Aid, the cheap stuff, Kool-Aid.
Day. Do your big lifts moderately heavy. Not saying you have to max out. You know, you probably want to do, maybe in the 3 to 5 rep range, 3 to 6 rep range for those big movements. That's fine. Just get a little bit stronger. It'll help with your muscle density, help your overall development. And then the rest of that, just fill it in with bodybuilding work. Fill it in with
Yeah, just get strong. Just fill it in with bodybuilding work, guys. Come on, guys. Just do these things and just get strong, and then just fill it in with some bodybuilding work. Yeah, okay.
Bodybuilding work. Sure. And I don't care how much you do. I program it all specifically for my
See, I don't care how much you do. I just program it. Yeah,
guys, but make sure you're getting, at least another exercise for chest and triceps.
Yeah.
Right? Make sure you're doing a back exercise
Right.
or two. Do some type of curl.
Do some type of curls, a couple of back exercises. Come on, guys. Do some of these elastics and shit. Yeah.
on the pull day. And then some extra leg work, right? After the squat, some sort of leg press or a lunge, some hamstring work.
Yeah, hamstring work, some lunges, do this, do that. What do you need to do lunges if you're doing squats? What's the purpose? What is the purpose? Like, ask yourself that question, man. How many exercises, how many these exercises do? Are you bored? Well, I'm bored. I got nothing better to do, so I'll do some lunges. I watch people, man, when they work out. You only need specific exercises. You know what I mean? Either you're doing your triceps with dumbbells or you're using the cable machine. Which one is it? You figure it out. Of course, if you've adapted to some of these things and there's no more weight on there for you to use, of course you'd switch over. But what's the purpose of going from one to the other? See what I mean? What is the purpose? Not make any sense because most people are doing concentric lifting in the gym. That's why they go here, then they go there, they go here. Oh, I did squats. I'm doing lunges now. I'm doing this, doing that. Oh, I got to do these sissy squats. Sissy squats. I'm doing wide squats. I'm doing fucking front squats with the barbell from the front. What's the purpose? Why do you have to do it from the front? Is behind not good enough? Like, I don't understand what the fuck these people are doing exactly. You know what I mean? And I don't even think they know. So honestly, they don't even think about it. People go to the gym and they just look around. I told you before, they're all lifting slaves. They look at the other lifting slaves and they go, look at that. And then they're performing for the other lifting slaves. So that I could do these front squats, or they do these Zerker squats or whatever, where they pick up the bar on their fucking elbows, their arms, like, up against the elbows, and then they pick it up, and then they stand up, then they put it down again. Like, this is performance. That isn't bodybuilding. That's why I say people think that they don't understand my videos when I'm trying to explain to you what I'm talking about when I say these slaves, these lifting slaves. Bro, look around the gym. They're doing crazy shit in the gym, some people. And then I got to do a Jefferson squat. And you need to do that. Why exactly? Because you need to perform for the other lifting slaves, bro. You understand me? Or they start doing Olympic lifts. They start throwing weights up in the air. Olympic lifting now. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Unless you're going to join an Olympic team, I could understand that. But why are you doing that? You have to see, here's the thing. You have to ask yourself this question. Why are you doing that? Because you want to perform for the other lifting slaves in the gym, bro. Get it? That's why you're doing it. Because if you're not doing it to join the Olympic team, then why are you doing it? Because you're performing for other lifting slaves in the gym. And the gym is not a place to perform for or compete. It's not a place to compete or perform for other lifting slaves. If you want to compete, you go to a competition, right? See what I mean? And if you perform, then join a team and start performing, for Olympic lifting or whatever. But the gym is not a place for that at all whatsoever. People are so confused. That's why we walk around the gym. You look around. Look at Blaha. He's a performing slave. What he's doing here is performing. You people just don't see it. You're blind.
Deadlift, good morning, hamstring machine, whatever. If you have access to a reverse hyper, use it. Right? And do somewhere between 6 to 10 sets of muscle group. So example, like the Monday you could bench, incline, do some tricep extensions, you'll probably be okay. Now, if someone has extra time, throwing in some shoulder work, never a bad thing. For a little bit of improved aesthetics, some upright rows or laterals or overhead pressing, and that's fine. Again, we're not trying to be bodybuilders, we're just trying to fix a dad bod. Yeah.
We're not trying to be bodybuilders, we're just trying to fix the dad bod. What? He says do bodybuilding, and it says we're not trying to be bodybuilders. None of this makes sense. We're just trying to fix the dad bod. A dad bod just means that you have excessive body fat. So what do you need to do? Lose the body fat. So I don't know what Blaha is talking about. Lifting weights has nothing to do with losing body fat.
So a little bench press, a little incline, some tricep extensions. The pull day, do a deadlift. Do some sort of, if you're strong enough to do pull-ups, do pull-ups. If you can't, do assisted or some lat.
Like, what is he doing here exactly? What is this? There's nothing going on here whatsoever. Look at him. His body is never going to change because I told all you people, this isn't bodybuilding. Eccentrics is what changes your body. Just look at calisthenic people. Look at their body. They do a lot of eccentric work. Their body's changed a lot. Now, they're not going to look massively, massively big because they're doing body weight exercises, but they could still eke out a few more adaptations when they do weighted belt dips and pull-ups with with weights around the belt. But I mean, come on, look at Blaha.
Down, do some type of row, barbell row, dumbbell row, and then do a curl. Right, 3 sets of each of those.
I'm not a calisthenics guy, but I still do those exercises. I mostly focus on bodybuilding exercises. See what I mean? The one thing I don't do is dips, which I should start. I should do dips again. In the past, I kind of didn't really, never really got into doing dips a lot, but I should get into doing dips. Yeah, they really strengthen you. But Blaha, I've never seen him do dips. I think in his old videos he might have done them, but he doesn't do them anymore. He's so lazy now. At this given point, he is so lazy. He just wants to like throw weights for his shoulders up and down, do some arms, do this, whatever he did here. These weird exercises. Very lazy.
You're good. You're good. Like I said, you get to your leg day. Yeah, 1 to 3 sets of squats.
You're good.
Fairly heavy. Get good at them. Focus on good form, progressive overload.
Yeah, sure.
Probably want a machine squat of some type or a single leg exercise.
Yeah.
At least one type of hamstring, maybe something for your calves, right?
Okay.
So what are we talking about? Coming and doing about 4 exercises. 3 to 4 exercises a day, 3 sets or so. On a push-pull leg. Again, focus on the big 3. I always tell guys, do the big 3, do some pull-ups, do some curls, you'll probably be okay.
Yeah, do the big 3, do some pull-ups, do some curls. He just keeps rambling on. You notice that? It's lifting slave mentality. This rambling on is lifting slave rambling.
So, right, probably be in a decent spot. But guys always want arms. Somebody's going to say throw some tricep extensions in. A little bit of incline work, a little bit of overhead pressing on the press day, never a bad thing. I like for guys in those sort of situations, you have limited time, at least a bench press, an incline, and a tricep extension. Like I said, the pull day, deadlift can be 1 set. Some sort of pull up or vertical pull.
Those squats are concentric. Here's the thing. Again, I'll mention this in this video. People say that Blaha has bad genetics. No, what Blaha has is bad training. You understand me? He doesn't know how to train to change his body, because what changes your body? Eccentric exercise. Now, people are still going to do concentrics. These lifting slaves in the gym, they do concentric lifting, and then they try to change their body, but they want to get fat, bulk diets, creatine. They do all these weird things. They're really, glycogen loading, carbohydrate back loading, front door loading, back door loading, all these weird things they do, man. I don't even understand none of these things they're talking about because I don't pay attention to that. Front door, back door, this, that, whatever the hell. Or carb cycling. They do these things called carb cycling. Stupid shit, man. Dipshit stuff, whatever. Just really stupid shit, man. Lifting slave bullshit, whatever. And so it's not that Blaha has this so-called, you say, bad genetics. He's definitely aging because he's addicted to accelerated aging. That's what's happened to him. His body is not going to change because he doesn't do eccentric exercise. That's why. So, and the amount of steroids that he takes, I don't think he takes that much. He doesn't have that much money. It's expensive. He can't afford it. He says he's taking test and primobalin. But I don't know. I think maybe, yeah, he's taking something for sure to lift these weights. But it's not what you all think it is. That's why his body is definitely it's not going to change cosmetically, fake, like this fake cosmetic look, temporary because of taking steroids. His body's not changing because he is not enough. It's not changing because he doesn't do eccentric exercises. So that body can never change. It'll always look weird.
If you're not strong enough to do pull-ups, do a reverse band, a row.
You're not strong enough to do pull-ups, but nobody is. Nobody's strong enough to do pull-ups. Nobody. You have to practice at getting there. That's the problem with human beings. They have to practice because they're the weakest. They're the weakest animal on the planet. See what I mean? They have to practice.
And a curl. Okay, 4 lifts. You can do 1 set of the deadlifts, you'll be fine. And then the squat and the other stuff for the legs. Right? You can do this 3 days a week. Do about, again, 6 to 10 sets per muscle group. Focus on progressive overload, good form. Okay? But again, the main thing, the progressive overload and good form. All right, if you do all of that, you're going to build a pretty balanced physique, reasonably balanced. Not trying to bodybuild, you just want to look good top to bottom, be nice and thick, have some decent arms.
Oh, brother.
Decent chest, back, legs. You do that with the dietary approach I just gave. Most of the dad bods will recomposition. They'll probably drop weight eating that way and then training, but they'll definitely recomposition. They will lose fat. They'll build up all those areas, right? They'll build up all those areas and they'll get stronger and fitter. But they will almost certainly lose body fat doing what I told them to do. The majority will. And if they're not, then they're probably drinking too many extra calories and there may be too much of the milk. Trim some of that out if you're not actively losing body fat. And it'll sort itself out. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today.
Yeah, just drink this and do that and whatever. And it'll just sort itself out, friends. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. That was ridiculous.